The Chelmsford For You podcast with Will and Sarah, an exclusive look into all things Chelmsford.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm Will Richards.
I'm Sarah Tupper.
And we're here for another episode of the Chelmsford For You podcast. But today, it's very different because this one is live for the Essex Podcast Festival.
Yes, we are so excited. It's a first for Chelmsford, for Essex, we think the UK.
The world.
Yeah, for the world. And we're honoured today to be joined by none other than the Blazin squad.
Bring them on stage. Round of applause, please. Thank you very much. Here they are.
Hello, hello.
Get your microphones up.
Yeah. How you doing?
Yeah, how you
Yeah,
getting on,
we're
boys?
good. We're good. Thanks for having us.
No, thank you very much for coming. We're delighted to hear. We've got lots to chat about today. We've got a lot of time to cover because you are celebrating, is it 22?
Yeah, I feel quite old when you say that, but yeah. 20, is it 20 years?
It's 22 years.
22 years.
So long you don't even know now.
See, I lost count, yeah.
That's crazy. When you started, I was 10.
Oh, I rub it in.
It's not.
Yeah.
Rub it in. I rub it in.
That's a long old time ago, and you guys all started when you were 10 as well, which is great.
Yes.
Fantastic work. So obviously loads has happened since you've started until now. We're in the 21st century. Welcome. I hope you found your feet here. I hope you had a great time. Talk us through the most recent sort of couple of years, because obviously after the old blip, we don't talk about the old vid times. Yeah. What's been happening since then?
Well, in the last couple of years, we've actually got more busy now, thanks to Mars. Obviously, when Mars promoted us on Love Island, it sort of all took off again. We've been doing like a lot of gigs, like a lot of festivals, really enjoying ourselves again. Actually, it's really strange. There's a whole like new thing of like nostalgia.
Yeah,
where, like everyone wants to feel young again, including us. So we're on that vibe as well. So all like the nostalgic events are coming back through. Like, and the best thing is we sort of cross over because we was like in the 2000s, so we get to like do the 90s kind of nostalgia events, but we also
you can
get
claim
to,
it, it's fine.
Exactly, yeah. We just
blagged our way in.
Just flagged it really.
Amazing. So speaking of nostalgia, you all go way, way back because you met at school, right?
That's it, yeah.
So tell us how Blazin Squad even came to be.
Okay, so basically it all started when we was like, 15? And there was actually two crews. You had the Blazin squad, you had the Incredible crew.
Oh.
And basically it was all kind of like schoolmates.
I'm the only one that was in the Incredible crew.
Originally.
Oh, so you're a traitor is what I'm hearing here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez,
So
I might leave again.
So basically we was all kind of like school friends, and there was like a girls' party coming up, and we were like, okay, we went to make some sort of vinyl, and there was a little bit of, should we say, beef between the two crews, who had the best MCs, who had the best DJs. And we basically all just used to go to like each other's house within the crews to kind of DJ and so forth and rap. And then there was this guy who done work experience, Andrew Towers, his name was. So shout out Andrew Towers. He was actually a pivotal part of the formation of us. So anyway, so after he said he'd done work experience at a studio in Walthamstow, he said, "Why don't you go down and make a vinyl, play it at this girl's party that was coming up, and then from there you can kind of decide and let the people decide who's the best crew." So we put in our paper our money, £20 each, went down to this
Ain't that why we
studio.
done it as like a 10-piece in the end as well? Because it was like 200 quid.
Yeah, so it was,
we had no money.
Yeah.
So it was like, let's get Blazin Squad and Incredible Crew together, and then it's only 20 quid each
Yeah.
to do the song.
Quick maths.
So you were both on the vinyl, both crews?
Yeah. So we were both on the vinyl, and then we went down to the studio, and then there's a couple of producers down there, and they were like, "Oh, we love you guys. We love the track, and we want to do some stuff for free for you. We're going to get a record label down." We went back and obviously told our parents, and they were like, "Listen, don't get too excited.
Yeah.
Concentrate on your education," because it was our year of our GCSEs.
Right.
Around about that time. So we ended up going down there, making the vinyl and making a few more tracks, and then eventually we had a record producer, because I say a record A&R, and then because that was the only way back in the day that A&Rs would really find artists. It was more just a case of, kind of going to local studios or going to local shows. Nowadays, it's mostly generated from TikTok and social media channels. But it was unbelievable to do all the different tracks. And then he come down and made us perform live. It was a guy from East West Records, a guy called George Tykiff, really, really well-known A&R. And it kind of all just formulated from there, really, and all just grew and sprouted from there.
And the next 22 years have been a blur.
It has been a bit, has been a bit of a blur. But no, yes, it was crazy. The week we got our #1 record was the week we got our GCSE results. So
wow,
it was.
And what was more impressive?
Definitely the number one.
Yeah, the GCSEs
Especially
didn't
my
really stand
GCSEs.
out, not gonna lie.
Mine spelt fudge.
I'm glad you said that. I thought we were going somewhere else for a second. What was the name of the first vinyl you made?
The first vinyl that got released was actually called Standard Flow, and because we released our first song, we got signed for Standard Flow. Standard Flow got released on the Underground. Back in the day, it was called the Underground. It was a white label, and that went to number 3 in the garage charts. And then Crossroads was the first official mainstream song, and that went straight to #1.
We had a couple of remixes as well. We had one with Elephant Man as well, didn't we? And then
It was meant to be Standard Flow, though, wasn't it? Because we actually went to
Yeah.
South Africa and shot the video for Standard Flow. So then some other stuff happened. We had to change the single. So if you look in the video for Crossroads, everything covered in the lip syncing parts was shot for Standard Flow.
Oh, really?
And then we had to, in South Africa, and then we had to reshoot all the lip syncing parts to change it to Crossroads.
And that was shot in the XL. So
XL London.
Yeah, XL London.
Yeah, it was a mad story as well about the video. We went out there, obviously 10 of us. It was like absolutely, crazy to be going out there with like 10 of our mates. And on the way out there, the guy who was shooting the video director, he actually got pneumonia. So we got like was it a week or 2 weeks out?
Yeah, it was
I think
a
we
week
got like
holiday.
a week out there, and he couldn't shoot the video. So we actually flew back to UK and then flew back to South Africa.
Lads on tour.
So yeah, cost a label a fortune, I'd imagine. But
So it's a
At the
very
age of
successful.
15?
Say
Sorry.
again?
At the age of 15.
Yeah, that is incredible, isn't it?
We had
Long
to-
time.
We had to have our
chaperones.
parents with us, though. We had to have chaperones. So we had all our parents there making sure we was on our best
stay in the
behaviour.
back,
Yeah,
Mum.
yeah.
I have to have a chaperone. I'm 32. Just so I don't go
No,
astray.
we got rid of them as soon as we could. What was it? 18? Was it?
18, yeah.
As soon as it hit 18, we were like, you lot staying at home now.
Bye,
Don't
Mum.
even bother. Yeah, see you later.
Were you reckless as soon as you could do that?
Yes.
So let's talk about some of the reckless stories. What did you do? What was the worst thing that you can talk about in front of families that happened? I'd imagine in some hotel somewhere.
I think we got banned. Not for we were just.
Don't look at
Oh
me.
no, what have I done?
You know,
Don't try and
there was
incriminate
a
me
couple,
into
of, there
your
was a
story.
couple of hotels. We used to just mess about, nothing horrible, but we just used to mess about. Like you can imagine what 10.
Yeah.
we never threw
17-year-old
any
boys
TVs out the window.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I
we
think
weren't that
we
bad.
actually there was a window that fell out in the in a hotel in Manchester, which I won't name because they might come back for.
and it was definitely the hotel's fault. So
I feel like there was definitely a hotel where the fire alarm got set off at
Accident.
2 o'clock in the morning, and the whole
You guys all fast asleep.
yeah, that's
nothing
it.
to do with
Nothing
us.
to do with
I was so surprised when it went off. I couldn't believe what was happening.
Yeah.
And it was so funny because when that actually happened, back then there was these jeans. Yeah, there was these jeans called like a Visu. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah.
They were like to us.
pride and joy.
They were like our pride and joy. Like, and this fire alarm went off, and it was so funny because everyone was just coming out with their handbags and like all their kids and that, and every one of us has come out with our Visu jeans on our shoulders. We were like, "There's not everyone." Everyone was like, "Yeah, what about our luggage?" And that we were like, "Nah, that can burn." But
Grab
these,
the
no, we're keeping
Not the
these.
jeans.
Oh, how funny. So obviously within those kind of early days, as your career was taking off, you guys were performing on like Top of the Pops and things like that. That is a platform that has seen some of the biggest stars in the world. You must have been brushing shoulders with them, right?
100%.
Yeah.
Like there was Robbie Williams, Beyonce, Black Eyed Peas,
Timberlake.
Timberlake.
Yeah, a lot of people, a lot of big names.
The Foo Fighters. We was in their dressing room with them. Because they was
I bet
literally
that
right
was
next to
free
us.
time.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
They were cool.
I remember 50 Cent and Eminem.
Yeah.
No, 50 Cent.
50
actually.
Cent, yeah.
Oh, I love this stuff. So you are still performing.
Yeah.
You guys have some shows coming up soon.
Yeah, we do. We've got we're actually going to a show today. Obviously,
Yeah.
I don't know when it's going out, but we're going to be at a show retrospectively today.
Right.
But yeah, like we're always up and down. Whenever it hits like May, it's festival season, so we're up and out the country doing shows with all the other acts like Blue, Atomic Kitten, all of those acts from around our era.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we all kind of like link up again and go and take everyone back. So yeah, like we've got quite a few coming up in over the winter as well. I think we're gonna be doing some Christmas lights and that stuff. So yeah, like it's just on the road for us.
I always get mistaken in London for Lee Ryan from Blue.
How do you say that? How do you say
all
that?
the time. Yeah, now I'm just going to say part of Blazin squad. I haven't a clue, would I?
It's why he goes and spends every day in London.
Makes sense.
Cool. Me
You
out
see
there.
that? Can you sing like him? Let's hear a bit.
No.
Yeah, come on.
Well, and technically, yes. No, I'm not. I'm not going to lead shots to Blue. That's the worst thing I do. They performed in Chelmsford recently.
Did they?
Yeah, they did a festival in Highlands Park not long ago. That foodie fest.
Oh, of course
yeah.
they did.
Yeah, they did that. Justin Timberlake's coming here soon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the place
my
to
mum.
be.
So my mum messaged me about. Is that at the race course?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my mum messaged me about that yesterday because she's like, me and Beck, like my sister, have got tickets for Justin Timberlake, and I was like, oh, where? Like O2? And he's like, no, Chelmsford Racecourse. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I think finally
That was
people have
unexpected.
realised that Chelmsford is the centre of the
That's it.
universe.
Yeah.
That's it. Birthday
Hopefully he's
party.
not. Hopefully he's not driving here. Too much.
If it's good enough for JT, it's good enough for anyone.
Exactly that.
True.
Just quickly, I have a really important question for you. What is your favourite song that you've done? Each of you.
Do you know what? For me, it's a song called "Where the Story Ends."
Nice.
It's a really sort of I don't know. It kind of highlights our journey. I think the video as well made it even more of a like great song because it was basically just us sort of performing at various different places and also in the studio as well.
We filmed that video ourselves as well, didn't we?
Yeah,
We had
yeah,
that
so-
handheld camera, that's kind
Yeah. So what the record label done is they gave us. What did they give us? I don't even know.
of some weird camera. Weren't
They
they?
were them weird old school wind up cameras. You had to wind it up and then you get about 20 seconds of filming on it. So you had to just keep winding it and filming it.
Yeah, because I think I think they were being a bit creative because that song was a double A side with another song called Reminisce. We shot like a really expensive green screen video for that, and then there was like
No
budget left.
it was basically like I think the media the marketing team were like, all right, cool, let's just video them like doing like a bunch of Blazin squaddy stuff and give them a camera. And then I think they just edited it together. And when they showed it to us, we was like, we didn't even realize they were doing it. So when they showed us the video, everyone was like taken aback because it was literally encapsulating
Like Candy.
first,
The
yeah,
tear.
the first
Single
year
tear.
of
Yeah.
our,
The
of our
I still watch it
Blazin
now
squad experience.
sometimes because
Yeah.
it's like it's hard to find footage of us from like back then, like behind the scenes stuff and whatnot. So it was really good that they done that. I love that video.
Especially when you're not in character as such.
exactly, yeah.
You've
It's
got
like
stage presence.
That's proper authentic, that video. Like, that really was just us like backstage messing about.
Is it online?
Yeah.
it's
like,
online.
I'm going to give it a watch after this.
Check it out.
And actually, obviously, as the years have gone by, you've all kind of gone on, had your families, a lot of you have got kids. Do they really grasp like your background and out on tour now?
Ollie's daughter
I
probably.
think yeah, Amelia.
The rest of us are a bit young.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she turned 16 yesterday. So obviously, as she was growing up, it was all One Direction.
Yeah.
And I said to her,
We were there once.
yeah, exactly. And I said to her, the only poster you're allowed is Daddy and all his friends on the wall.
Yeah.
Which I suppose is a bit weird in a way, but
I didn't think you thought that sentence through. But that's fine. Yeah.
I mean, ultimately it was, Amelia, she does remember it. She's been on stage with us. She came when we done Coco a couple of years back on the stage, and bless her, even now when obviously the guys are bringing their kids on stage at various shows, even at that age, you think she'd kind of be past it now. But I think that the nostalgic side of it has really kind of made her sort of draw towards how much she loved it. So
Yeah.
it was good.
And I think obviously my daughter's only like 3.5, and obviously we got normal 9 to 5 jobs as well. So
Yeah.
like in the morning she sees me like getting ready for work normal, and then on the weekend I'm going to work again, and she
This
can't-
whole
yeah
different
she
persona.
don't she don't really understand it. She just but when I show her like us on TV and I'm like, who's that? She's like, don't know. Because I think we look a bit different and stuff. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, you've got to invest in hair dye these days.
yeah, but that's it, mate.
Times change.
I definitely have.
Yeah, Chip
Times
the Turkey
change.
might be coming.
I've got a question for you. Obviously, there's the original Blazin squad's 10. How did it whittle down? Obviously, I don't doubt there was moments where people were like, I've got more commitments now and family, whatever. Is there a point where after Love Island that you guys were like let's regroup? Who's in?
Do you know what? I think there's always right. So when there was 10 of us, it was the peak of everything. And then I think when you're that young and you're all like growing up together, it gets to a point when you're making music when you kind of want to do different things. So there was like a few little branch offs. There was like the Friday Hill branch off. Lee went off and done some solo stuff because Lee basically became the lead singer of the squad. He done it was Flip Reverse, Love on the Line. All the choruses were usually Lee. So he kind of got an opportunity to go up and do his own thing. A few of us done some more stuff with Blazin Squad, but then when it got to later on down the line, there was a period of time when no one was doing anything. We wasn't doing anything, like weren't gigging, doing anything like that. And then I think me and Ollie kind of was like, we should do some gigs because there were still people trying to get us to do stuff. Yeah. But we was like, we should actually like make a move with it. And we like, at first we had like anyone that wanted to do it could do it. But then it kind of like whittled down when people got like responsibilities and those kind of things. There was like, I can't really take the time off work. So I think me and Ollie was always the driving force with it. And then I think Mello was always on it. Like Stuart used to be on it, Lee used to be on it, but then I think it kind of, and Sam was obviously always on it.
To be fair, I was late though. I was late though.
To be fair, Sam was a late. He was a late comer to the thing.
Ollie was like, Sam, you just come. Let's just do a couple, and I was like, I'll come on in. Let's just
best sales pitch.
And then they just and then they just literally wouldn't let me leave.
It was prisoner.
I'm just here forever.
I can't get out.
The thing is as well, I think
blink twice.
Exactly, yeah. I think the great thing as well is that obviously we're all mates and like there's genuinely no animosity between any of us. Like it's never been like a case of any kind of big arguments or nothing. So like for example, the other day we had a gig in Real, which is the far depths of Wales, and there was only 2 of us who were able to do the show. And then it got to the point where we're like, okay, well, we kind of want to turn up with at least minimum 3 of us. So I called up Lee and sort of had a chat with him. And the conversation is literally, mate, a couple of the boys can't do it. Please come and jump in. And he hadn't performed in like 7 years. Yeah. And
wow.
It really is kind of like, it's not like, it's one of them things where you can kind of just call up and just, especially certain members of the band, you can kind of just call up and say, look, do you fancy it? But obviously the commitment every weekend or a lot of the month is quite a lot for some people. Like one of the boys lives in Wales and
couldn't have he done it? Then that'd have been closer, wouldn't it?
It was actually just as far for him as it was for us because it was the other side of Wales,
right?
Maybe slightly closer to be fair, but it was still a long way. And so it ended up Lee come along, which was nice because vocally he is by far the best, and our choruses sounded unreal.
That poses the next question: who's the worst in the band?
The worst singer?
Just ever. Like, who's done the worst stuff?
Any of the ones that we aren't involved anymore.
Yeah. I like it. Yeah, smart. Yeah. PR trained. I like it. Yeah, they're not here.
Yeah.
You got some new stuff coming out? Obviously, you're doing shows. If you say you're going to do any new music?
Well, we've just got just announced a really, really exciting online concert that we're doing with Lounges TV. Absolutely wonderful platform, and we're going to be doing some exclusive songs that are actually from the 3rd album, which never ever got released. So we're going to be doing that on the 19th of October, right? Yeah, 19th of October. So. Yeah, a little plug. Make sure you get your tickets for that one.
We were chatting about it, Leon. It's actually a really unique platform. So you'll be streaming to basically cameras, and people can witness it live from wherever they're sat.
Yeah,
that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Why has that not happened
online
yet?
concert? Well, it did for about 2 years.
Why?
From 2020.
Oh
yeah.
Don't mention COVID.
That's very true.
Don't mention coronavirus.
It is such a good concept, I think, because people can just access it from anywhere then as well, can't they? And it sounds really exciting with new music and things like that. There's going to be an opportunity for any questions in a moment from anyone in the audience, but we have a little bit of an exclusive to announce today, don't we?
Yeah.
I'm leaving.
No, I'm joining.
We've got Lee Ryan. See you later.
It's official passover of the baton from Sam to Lee Ryan.
I'd like to see that battle happen.
Say again?
I'd like to see that battle happen.
Battle? No, I'm involved now. I'm part of it. I'm not starting my own crew.
So we have
metaphorical drum roll.
The Christmas light switch on for Chelmsford City Centre is happening on Sunday, the the 24th of November.
This year, 2024.
Right? Yep, 2024. And the world exclusive, we will be joined by the Blazin Squad.
Round of applause, please.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
To hint to it earlier.
We're doing all the hits, won't we?
Yep.
I'll be up there with you.
Looking forward to
All
it.
of them.
Can't wait for it. We're going to learn a dance routine, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
Christmas jumpers and all.
Well, you got lyrics to learn now. You're part of the group, so
Yeah,
Well, yeah, I
exactly.
write the songs.
That's it.
Yeah.
Get
The
all
new
the
music's
royalties.
coming out. Can't wait for that. It's family friendly.
We are very excited to have you there. It'll bring a lot of energy to the high street. Obviously, we normally get about 10,000 people, so it's going to be quite the
wow.
party, I
Nice.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah.
I get starstruck out there from the amount of people. No, what's it called? Stage fright.
Stage
Stage fright. Yeah.
Track. Thank you very much.
Yeah. From this lot. Oh my God. You're that guy from Love Island. Do you know what I was going to ask you? How has things changed for you since then? Because obviously you're known for Blazin Squad, and do you guys still get like, oh, do I know you? You know.
yeah.
Only Mars does mostly. When we go to shows, mostly it's like photos for Mars, and then the rest of us.
With us, it's like, oh, I think I know that guy from somewhere. But
Yeah.
with Mars, it's like, oh, we could all be walking through on the way for a show, and they'll be like, oh my God, it's myself from Blazin Squad.
Yeah. Look at his
From
face. He
Love
loves
Island,
it.
Nah, I wasn't even gonna say that. I feel like Sam does get a lot of people coming up to him as well.
I don't know.
You're just trying to dig yourself out of a hole for earlier.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
How was that experience for you? Because obviously we see a very different side to what happens there. Now I don't want you to delve too deep because there's big TV companies involved in this. But how was the actual experience for you, and how much of it was scripted?
Do you know? Do you know what? To be fair, like it was one of the best experiences that I've ever had. Like obviously you're on holiday for like 8 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's just nice. It's nice. It's vibes. But to be fair, on my season, I know it wasn't as scripted as later seasons.
Right.
Because I've spoken from speaking to people that have been on more recent things. It's not the same kind of vibe. I feel like my season was probably like towards the end of it being.
Yeah.
Because was yours only like the second season, wasn't it?
No, it was the third season. We was the third season, the best season. But but yeah,
season,
but yeah, like it was definitely like an experience, because obviously you got to think, going from being in the Blazin Squad, that's one type of fame, and then doing a show like Love Island, which was on that year the biggest award. Like I think it won a TV BAFTA for being the best.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, really.
I mean,
Yeah.
in those earlier series, I totally am with you. The earlier ones are so much better. I don't even think I've watched the last few.
Yeah.
Because it felt more authentic.
Exactly. Yeah. Because I think a lot of the time now you feel like people are going on it for what they know you get off the back of going on it. Do you know what I mean?
They've got you down. They've brainwashed you. I had a really good time. I really enjoyed it.
The thing is, though, I feel like all reality TV kind of always ends up like that in the end, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
like, when these new ones kind of like when Big Brother first started, it was like unbelievable, and as it goes on and on and on and on, they got to try and rejuvenate it to keep it interesting. And I think sometimes when they do that, it does come across like a little less authentic. Do you know what I mean? So it's like
For us as well, it was a quite of a weird experience, because obviously we've had the fame of 2001, 2002, but when we started like trending on Twitter and our Instagram started sort of growing and all that kind of stuff, it was weird. It wasn't something we were used to, and I think that the fact that Mars come out of it so well, and you could see his sort of authentic personality, was kind of one of the reasons why it's elevated our amount of gigs we do and stuff like that. And I think one of the things that when we were younger, there was no kind of like Twitter or social media. So it was very much a case of like, okay, now they've got like a pin-up boy, shall we say, like a lead singer almost.
He's like, yeah,
and
I
that's what kind of...
he does love it. He does love it.
And that's one of the reasons why I feel like it's helped us out massively as a band. So
So you're going to go solo then, or?
No, yeah.
Nah, I'd never
thought about it.
I'd never leave the band. I'm contracted to
Yeah. I love this band so much. It is my life. Unbelievable stuff.
He does love it.
We've got some questions maybe in the audience.
Yes, yeah, we
We
are.
can't really see you, but if you have one, just shout, "Yeah, I have one."
Yeah.
No, I didn't say that, did I? Shout, "Oh, yeah, I have one."
Yes, I have one.
Thank you. Go ahead.
What's been your favourite or most memorable gig that you've ever done?
The most
Wembley,
favourite
surely.
gig we've ever had, I think I could speak for all the boys, is when we done Wembley on our own tour. Because obviously doing Wembley with loads of other people, you kind of think, oh, they sold that for us. Or, do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, a bit bigger than
We'll
us.
take
Here for Blue.
Yeah, they're there for Blue, they're there for this. But when we done our own tour and sold out Wembley on our own, like that is like, I mean, if you ask any artist what like the kind of pinnacle of their career is kind of to sell out a big arena.
Yeah.
So like when we done Wembley, you kind of, and it was like, we actually sold it out, didn't we? It was like 10,000 people or however many people it was. And like that, like you'll never get better than that really. We've done like loads of gigs, and don't get me wrong, even like when we were doing the theatre tours, like they're really intimate, they're unbelievable. But when you sell out Wembley, it's like, that's like, I don't know, it's just crazy knowing that you as a band have actually got that amount of reach for one. You know, there was loads of people like from EastEnders and that turned up, and you kind of realise then like actually how big you actually are like when you sell out Wembley. And like I remember like that's one of the only gigs like I genuinely remember, because like, I remember like me and you standing there, and I kind of remember when the curtain went down, and you can like the energy from a Wembley Stadium crowd is like,
feel my heart going.
yeah, no, it's really,
Yeah.
it's like, it is completely surreal. Like, and then like, because we started with our backs, we started with our backs to the thing, and then the curtains open. You can like genuinely like, you can feel the energy. Like, in it. You can actually like, you can't. I mean, if you could bottle it, it would be the best thing in the whole world. But it's like, yeah, I'll probably speak for all the boys when we say like Wembley was definitely the pinnacle.
You know, you made it when Phil Mitchell's in the audience.
That's it. I don't think he was there, but
It was Shane Ritchie.
Yeah, Shane.
Oh, what a legend!
Yeah, he was there.
Alfie was there. He brought his kids along, so because they loved us at the time. So yeah,
Is he in the VIP bit though? You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah.
Came backstage and all that stuff.
Yeah, he come back.
What a legend! Who meets who then? Because like you were the Blazin squad, and then he's Shane Ritchie. What? How do Alfie Moon? Isn't it?
Yeah,
So
yeah, but he's in our house that night.
Yeah.
oh yeah. Whoa. Okay.
Hey.
That's incredible. Any other questions?
Similar question. Yeah. Other than Wembley, what's your favourite venue?
Apart from the Christmas light switch on in Chelmsford.
Of course. Favorite venue. Hammersmith Apollo is a really good venue.
Do you know what?
But I was surprised with Coco when
Yeah, I was gonna say Coco.
when Mars came out of Love Island. We done a show. And it was like us four, and we got 3 of the other boys involved as well. And we done a live show at Coco in Camden. Yeah, and we done Brixton Academy the next night. But Coco, when you get in there, it was quite deceiving because it's so high. It didn't look like there was going to be. It didn't feel like it was going to be look as full as it did when it was full. But then when we came out on stage, I'd probably put that for me level as well with the Wembley show, just because of how much time had passed and we hadn't done a show at that level for a while. So then when we came out that night at Coco, that's the first show we've done since then that kind of had the same buzz and feel from like our first time around.
And it sold out within like 24 hours. And when they were like, we're going to do a show at Coco, we were like, it's not going to sell out for months.
Yeah.
Like, we were
gonna
so
sell 100
scared. We were like,
tickets.
there's no way this is going to sell out. And that. And literally within 24 hours, they were like, oh, it's sold out. And we were like, wow.
We've still got it.
Yeah, maybe I will leave my day job.
Yeah.
Coco's thousands as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's incredible. Some big numbers there. Do you not just stand on stage? Because I would, and just go 50 quid, 100 quid, 150. What car am I going to buy next? What,
No,
If it worked like that,
If only we got that much, then we would.
So you look at your agent, you're like 20% manager, 20%, 20%.
Yeah, it happens, doesn't it? It
course
happens
it
to the
does.
best of us. I feel like you guys should do like an eras tour and get some of the other groups and bands from that era and go around doing it.
Well, it was funny because we were saying the other day, like, because like when we was like in the 2000s, there was like, they used to do these things called the Smash Hits tour.
Yeah.
And it was like us, like
Smash Hits.
Blue, Sugar Babes, Girls Aloud. There was like all them kind of acts. But I kind of feel now that, I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain, but I kind of feel like these kind of acts just want to do it on their own because it's much more, obviously the money's much more better. If you're doing it on your own commercially, it's so much better to do it on your own, which is a shame because them tours are like, they was,
Yeah, I mean, and it's also how you kind of make friends in the industry as well. Like, obviously, we kind of got on really well with like Girls Aloud, Sugar Babes. You know, you meet kind of people on the circuit as well. So it's it's nice to see them out and about.
It's just a
Like
shared
now.
experience, right? You're
Yeah.
all going through the same thing and you've got that.
Yeah,
connection.
specifically for like the Sugar Babes because they were similar kind of age to us. So obviously, Mutia, Keisha were quite young, so we could relate to them. And it was good times.
Is it an idea to reach out to them? Just do a 2-act tour?
I don't know.
Who's
They've
in
just done
Sugar
Glastonbury.
Babes
haven't they?
anymore?
Yeah, I think 2 years in a row they've just done Glastonbury. So.
We'll ask them if we can warm up for them or something.
Yeah.
I reckon you got it in a tank, can you? Stormzy,
Sold
Billie
out,
Eilish, Blazin.
Blazing Squid. Yeah.
Makes sense,
Sounds
doesn't
good. Sounds good.
Why not?
Yeah, I reckon you got it in the tank. So, any other questions before we sort of wrap up? Go on, shout it loud as you can.
Mars, why do you support Arsenal?
Oh, no.
And this one as well. This
Why
one
do I
as well.
support Arsenal?
2 Arsenal, 2 Spurs.
Because they're the best team in the world.
Oh no, head in hands moment over there. Who do you support?
Sorry, mate.
Who do you support?
She's Tottenham, surely.
Spurs, we can see.
Yeah,
it
kick
here.
it. That's it.
Yeah, the Tottenham fan.
Come on.
Yeah, so there is that London
come on, you
rivalry,
Spurs.
isn't there?
I
on
mean,
the
2
sofa,
Tottenham and 2
yeah.
There's a
Arsenal.
great
Yeah.
rivalry here.
Oh,
as
so there's
well.
rivalry here as well.
It's a fair balance.
But it does keep the car journeys entertaining. It's like hours of back and forth.
Yeah.
Just Arsenal telling them out.
Sometimes actually results in big arguments as well. And then by the time we get to the gig, we will hate each other. Like you've been
we've got,
slagging me off about Arsenal and Spurs.
The amount of bets that we've got.
We've got so every year. It's like we're like £300 of bets. Every year it's like £300 worth of bets. Like this player's going to score more than this. We're going to finish higher than you. We're going to win the trophy.
Outlandish. Yeah.
You like the Gallagher brothers, isn't you?
Yeah.
I don't know.
If only.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Now.
I know, mind you, I saw him perform at, I'm not going to call anyone out,
Yeah.
but we all saw that, didn't we?
Yeah.
I didn't get tickets for Oasis. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter, does it? I'll just watch YouTube videos back. What am I doing?
And also get tickets to Blazing Squad instead.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Or
where can
come-
people find all the stuff for you guys? Where's the streaming platform link?
So it'll be the link in our bio on our Instagram, Blazin Squad Insta. And
Smart name,
to
that.
be honest, that's the only really platform, apart from obviously lounges, that we're going to be using. Really, Instagram, it's the place to be. Yeah, for us.
Or you can always catch this one on Twitter.
Oh yeah,
Controversial tweets.
He loves a tweet.
I don't tweet. I just read.
liking all the
It's one of them. Like,
Yeah. Well, I look forward to you guys being back out in town in Chelmsford City Centre
Yes.
on the 24th of November.
Sunday the 24th of November. Yeah, you will be there and we cannot wait. Thank you very much for coming
Thank
along
you for
today.
having us.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Ladies and gents, round of applause, please, for Blazin Squad.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The Chelmsford For You podcast with Will and Sarah. Get involved, like, comment and share.